Now, I'm seeing a lot on YouTube about how to lose weight if you're a Desi professional, a stay-at-home mom, a parent, and they're giving you all these foods that honestly most of us wouldn't even consume regularly anyway. So what I wanted to do was give you a real-life insight into how we do things. I'm going to show you some tools. I'm going to explain exactly how you can lose weight if you're South Asian and just give you an example of some of the foods that you can have. And a freebie below as well, which is going to be a calculator so you can track Desi food accurately. So I'm going to dive into the screen. I'm going to show you behind the scenes of how we do things here, and it's going to make a lot more sense. It's going to put your mind at ease. So let's go. Right, let's dive into this video. So I'm going to show you exactly how we are getting results with our ladies who live in traditional households, right? So we now know that when it comes to losing weight, etc., yes, calories do matter. Now we're seeing this a lot more with those non-believers who are taking Manjaro. But what do you do when you've got access to all this Desi food and you don't know what to do when someone sends food over for you, or you don't know what to do when you go to a wedding? Well, I'm going to show you, right? So the first tool that we've got is the in-house meal planning system, right? So I'm going to generate a little test data here, and I built this specifically just for this demonstration. So what we need to now do is first establish the individual's age. So we need to look at their age, their height, their weight at the moment. Now we use the Catch-McCardle formula, which is a generally widely accepted formula to working out your calories. Now most of our clients don't really count calories, we do it all for them. I'm going to show you exactly how. We need to look at your goal, see exactly what it is you're looking to achieve, and then look at the approach. So a lot of them just want to go for hand portions or simple targets, so we'll do that one. And let's have a wee rotating planner for 2 weeks. Let's say, for example, we want to put on a slightly lower carb approach or moderate. We'll do low carb in this instance. No restrictions there. Let's do a mix of Southwestern. So we're looking at a bit of Desi food and some Western food, because it's very rare you're going to have a household that eats just Desi food here in the West. Cooking with family for kids, 3 people. Let's say she's a stressed out mum, right, who wants to have meals done quickly. Let's prioritize batch cooking. Now, in most cases, the client would send us a list of foods that they've got access to. So we need to know what they've got in their fridge, their freezer, the cupboards, etc., etc. But in this case, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we'll generate the final protocol. And we get presented with a little plan. So I like to hide the targets and the goals because the client doesn't need to know any of this, right? They just want to be able to follow something, be told what to do, and that's what we want to do. Okay, so if they gave us foods, the exact foods would basically be part of their day. If not, then we're looking at some of the most common, easily accessible, cheap options that they can pick up. And there we go. So I'll quickly just give you a wee rundown there. You've got macro goals there. Protein and fiber is the most important thing we're looking at. We want to make sure that they've got variety. So we always make sure there's some Desi food regularly. What we tend to find is most people will end up eating Desi food for dinners when people sit together. Most of our clients, for example, when they're working, etc., they've got a bit of freedom to be able to eat flexibly for breakfast and for lunch perhaps, unless it's the weekend. It's usually dinner time when everyone sits together. So we need to factor that, take that into account. So we want to make sure that they've got flexibility and everything's mapped out for them. Okay, now this is just a general one. I just want to kind of give you a bit of an example. So that's how we do things here. Okay, so we want to make sure that we understand. So we've built this tool with over 12 years of experience. We've pumped every food that we can think of. We've looked at every macro ratio we could, every calorie amount, to make sure that it's as close as it can be. Okay, you're never going to get anything 100% accurate. It's impossible. But this is as close as you're going to get through our years of doing this. Now, you could go to ChatGPT, which is what most people do, right? They'll go to ChatGPT and Google, they'll get a meal plan, a diet, etc. They'll follow it, they'll get some results, but then what happens when life takes over? What happens when, you need to be invited over to the in-laws, or your grand's called you up, and bless her soul, she wants to make some food for you. So this is where this comes into play. Now, this is a completely free tool, which I will make available for everyone in the description below. So it's a pretty simple tool with the way it works. So what you got to do is you got to find out exactly what it is you're looking at. Okay. And let's say, for example, don't really know. Come up with a general example. Let's say there's some chicken curry, right? You simply select the option and it gives you a calorie range of grams. Okay. If you want a more accurate figure, you can basically break it down. So that's if you're cooking it yourself. So we've basically tried to fine tune as much as we can to make sure that the individual has everything covered. Okay, so we've got a large database of foods right here. You can use this in conjunction with MyFitnessPal. So all the, you've got namgeen gosht, classic one buy, which I just do not like myself. I can't have it. I don't know why. You could do is you could basically put in your calorie range. Let's say you are consuming 2,000 calories. You can save that in there, right? So let's say you want bala gosht, right? It's about 264 calories, and it's going to tell you, okay, if you scroll down here, it's going to say 13% of your day. So we basically have made this tool to use in conjunction with your day-to-day nutrition. So whatever calorie tracking app that you've got, whether it's MyFitnessPal or what have you, you can use that and then use this in conjunction with it to make sure that you are planning your meals. You can add it to your plate as well so that you can track things for the day. So if you want some roti with that as well, you can just click on the roti. Average roti can be anywhere between 105 to 120 calories is what you're looking at. You know, you can make it high in fiber there and just select it there. It's pretty cool. Add it to your plate. Voila. Okay, so you've got a little meal there of around 381 calories, and if you want to get even more granular, as I said, you can break it down, but I don't recommend anyone does that. So this is how we're doing it, and it's a year of getting phenomenal results, as it is every single year, but we're noticing that with more and more information out there, people are being misled. A lot of Asians are being told to avoid roti salan and all that sort of stuff, and that's cool if you want to live that life, but I know I don't, and I know a lot of people don't want to do it either. So yeah, this will be available in the link in the description. This one is obviously available for our members only, so hopefully you found some value in this. This was just a little rundown showing you exactly that, how you can approach your nutrition, and you can eat Desi food and lose weight. At the end of the day, get the basics covered, okay? Get enough protein in, get lots of fiber in, then carbs and fats can kind of fit in and around that. Just don't drop below 30 grams of fat per day. My general rule is don't drop below 50, but for some people that might be a little bit higher. Get your movement in. Don't stress about doing 10k steps. A number of our clients don't even do that. The majority get anywhere between 4 to 8, I would say. That works very, very well, and you'll be golden and well on your way. Now, if you want to see a bit more of a demonstration rather, to see how this works, there's a link in the description where you can learn more about how we do things here. If you want to join us, spend 14 days with us, see how we can help you. If not, just watch this video again. If you want to know how to use this tool, use it, lose some weight, come back to the comments below and let me know how much you've lost. I'll see you guys next time.